Bartee, and he's the new vice president of the organization of Liberians in Minnesota, and he's going to be discussing pertinent issues regarding the OLM, his appointment, and other issues. So, Mr. Bartee, welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Well, you've been appointed as a new OLM VP. How are you taking this new appointment?
Well, first I want to say thank to the president, and I spoke to the chairman of the board also, and I want to say thank you both of them for their appreciation. And as you may know, the vice president resigned and left for home, and Mr. Dwayne asked me, and I agreed to serve in his administration. So I'm happy. I'm willing to get to work and work for our people.
Thank you very much. Now that you are the vice president, what becomes of the Constitutional Draft Commission? How far are you all with that yet?
Well, we completed the Constitution. We are in the stages. When you writing Constitution, there are things that are applied. So the to challenge anybody to show me the provision in the Constitution that says that the vice president has to go for confirmation hearing before the board. Nothing. I didn't see that, and I don't think that's relevant now. What is important is how do we come together as a people in the community? Look, people on the board are shouting all over, being very nasty about people and being very, but that's not important. What is important is what have been their road. And my question is, it's now about confusion. It's about collective will. Have anybody on the board raised funds for the community? Have anybody on the board have done anything? Where have been the achievement? Besides the whole confusion of who is this and who we know, those name callings, and so I just don't really want to waste my time. I think it's about time to bring the community together and move forward. Now we're concerned. So those critics should go ahead and challenge, and if we can bring the constitutional provision that prohibit the president from doing that, then we can debate that.
Okay. And then one other thing, you are taking over the vice president at a very fragile period. 1 year into the OLM leadership, when some of the critics of the current administration are saying that the administration hasn't achieved a lot. What would you say to those critics, and what would you say are the achievements of the current administration?
I was involved with the campaign along with Mr. Dwyer and a couple of others. Mr. Dwyer campaigned on issues, and I think many of them have been achieved. First, he said he was going to change the Constitution. The Constitution is not completed. It will be going to the people. So it's an achievement on the leadership. That's one. Mr. Dwayne is conducting on the coming Saturday, which is the 7th of February, there will be classes or training for a job application. So the leadership has been pleasing people, have raised the profile of the community. The leadership they have more than 4 or 5 TPS fundraiser workshops and been traveling throughout the country. The issue in the community have always been finance. If you look on the internet, you don't have to call the financial secretary. All you have to do, go to OLM website, you will see all the financial record. So the leadership have done, a lot of things. But the process have to continue. If you have a 2-year span and you have a long list of agenda, and I know one of the bigger things we say the issue of the community setup is in the process. The money is so little, and we've been trying to find a place, and we are doing it now. As vice president, I will work with Mr. Dwayne along with the board and other members of the executive committee to see the best way we can find a house, because we've been looking for a house now for over a year now, and have been issued. So we'll try our best and get a house. But it's the achievement. Mr. Dwayne has succeeded in his campaign pledge, and he has done a lot of things, and we must acknowledge that.
All right, Mr. Bartee, are there any final words to the community regarding any issues with the administration, or any other words that you want to let the people know?
Well, what I want to say to our people is, look, there is a tendency or the behavior of the issue of confusion. What we want here is not confusion, it's bringing the people together. The board, any presidency should collectively be able to work together, raise funds, and deal with the challenges that are facing our people, the issue of TPS. It's a major issue, and the executive committee have been working on it. And one thing that bothers me is, people say, "Holy, where is the Constitution? We live in a country of law. You have to operate within the framework of the law. Anything other than that is not correct." So I'm asking the chairman of the board to read the Constitution, and instead of conducting his affairs in the media, conduct it within the framework of the organization. If Mr. Dwayne appoint me and you think it's unconstitutional, what have you done? Have you called a board meeting inviting the president? Mr. President, this is what you have done. We should have sat down and discussed it. Have you done that? No. He gone to the press. And that's lack of leadership. All you have to do is provide leadership. So, Mr. President, you appoint Mr. Bartee. We think it was wrong, and so we call you to the board. Let the president provide the legitimate ground. But you go to the press. In fact, what you should do is, look, here are the issues. How do we work there on? What can we do to alleviate confusion? What are the road forward? What our society needs? What we need to do for our people? What will be the issue? That will have leadership. It's not about, calling names and saying things are, there's somebody on the board. I have spoken to all of them since, except, a Georgia who she's bereaved, and it's not time for her to be battered. It's a sad situation, and we are, praying for her and her family. But I've spoken to everybody on the board beside her, and my concern is, what are they talking about? Read the OLM 1986 Constitution. Everybody have a role. The role of the executive committee, the role of the board. They are distinct, and they are there to say that somebody can usurp power, or there's some constitution, or there's no need to adhere to the constitution. I think it's ludicrous. We need to come together. As vice president, my role is to bring people together to make sure that the president is advised, and at the same time, the organization function well, and this is what we're concerned with. So I want the board to come, that raise some funds, that raise the profile, that be able to address the issue of our community, and so that we can move forward. So my approach is simple. I'm willing to work. My hands are open. I'm willing to work with anybody. I have nothing against anybody. I hope nobody has something against me, and we all can work together and move forward.
Thank you, Mr. Bartee.